Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome, Rabid here. I'm just gonna hit the refresh on my stream because I think it got a little bit of a lag behind it. Maybe you guys want to hit the refresh button as well. Might catch you up to exactly where we're at, and hopefully we're on par now. Anyway, so after yesterday's live stream, I actually had a comment down below it, and it said, "Okay, enough with the voice changer. It's getting annoying." So I have one thing to say about that. We're having fun. We are the collective. We are miners. We are one. We stand with one another. Mining never dies. Yeah, so that. Anyway, I see I still had feedback, so I have to actually turn off here myself. There we go. Call gang. More voice changer LFG. Oh, there it is again. Screw that guy. I love that. All right, let's be nice, guys. Let's be nice, guys. Come on, we're just having some fun here. Anyway, so it is Sunday AMA. Let's see who we got in the house. Scrolling up here. Looks like you guys are chatting away a little bit. Oh, right off the get-go, we do have Mr. Let's do it with a little bit of background music this time. Red Hot. And then right off the next one, Nerd Beast, what's going on? Welcome, Skirm, Coinology, Mark Lean, Automatic Beats, Dan Ruggs, Nugs. I still don't know what Nugs is. You should probably change that to Peppy here pretty soon, huh? Dan, what do you figure? Peppy? Maybe Mong? Maybe Mong's the next one to go. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Red Butts again, Subtly Minded, Skirm, Gaming with Smokey Dan, Mark Mears, Tricky, we're seeing a lot of repeat names. Ninja Kid, what's going on? Mark Meir, DJ Mines, what's going on? Welcome. We got Eric Valentine, Nerd Beast, Budweiser, yeah, that one, little ring in there a little bit there. All right, so scrolling on, Subtly Mining, what's going on? Mark Meir, hopefully I don't miss anyone, or I probably butcher all your names, so apologize for that in advance. Cowboy 285, Edwin Sparks, what's going on? Wealth Talks, what's happening? And Elvadis Jokabakis, do I ever say that right? It sounds cool when I say it, but like, I don't know if I ever actually pronounce it right or not. Mo Smith 85, what's going on? Alexander Fleener in the house. Lazarus, what's happening? Titan Nightmare, Tom Carey. Scrolling through. Oh, it just jumped on me. Techman's in the house, so watch out. Mr. Banhammer himself. Mod Squad is here. Shakestar 2010, what's going on? And Eric Valentine. So, Hash Dealer, did I mention you? If I didn't, I apologize. The Tank, I see you up there. All right, so it's Sunday AMA. Tag me, at me, super chat me, whatever you gotta do to get my attention and ask questions, and hopefully I can answer it. If I cannot answer your questions, maybe someone in live chat or Google can. That's a good looking group. Also, Pepe is 100% pyramid scheme. Well, that's well, yeah, like look at them. Look at these meme coins, and all of them is just like swapping, and oh my gosh, like gas fees through the roof on Ethereum. And people are complaining on Twitter like, I thought POS was supposed to fix this. Guys, we know POS was never meant to fix the gas fees. It was meant to get rid of the miners, right? And help the rich get richer. That's all POS was there for. Also, the fix is eventually, probably it's going to come sometime. They could have fixed the gas fees easily on the proof of work side. They just chose not to do so and just try to put so much hate towards the miners to make the whole POS thing kind of go forward. And it's funny because every time they do an update, I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, they hype up something on how great something's going to be, and it seems like somewhere down the lines it gets spread out through misinformation and everything happens. Like 1559, like we knew it was going to happen. The gas fees were getting burnt, even though they weren't going to change. But even from 1559 and the voting to go through to really push it, somehow it seems like everybody thought it was going to drop the gas fees. We've seen even higher gas fees after that happened. It was never meant to do that. Same thing moving into POS. You know, everyone thought for some stupid reason, I have no idea why, gas fees would all of a sudden be dropped. No, that wasn't the case either. So every time they seem to get a quick vote on anything they're doing with their protocols, it seems like it's coming from stuff that people have no idea isn't even part of it, and then they go ahead and vote for it. So it's almost like a misleading chain altogether. Regardless, we're not here to talk about any of that, but I just thought it was kind of funny to see that. And obviously with all these meme coins popping out, they're just quick ERC20 tokens dropping on the Ethereum blockchain, and people are just, obviously Mac Dab hoping to get rich very fast. A lot of people are going to lose a lot of money, sadly. Anyway, if you guys actually did good on any of those, awesome on you though. I haven't tried any of them. I've been thinking about maybe $50 here, $20 here, but I don't know. It's just so risky, especially after you've seen something pump already, like massive amounts. I don't really expect it to keep going up, especially in a bear market. Anyway, so that's just me. Do your own thing, guys. Do your own thing. Vitalik is a voice changer hater. Oh, crazy, crazy, crazy. I was trying to find a different voice for that, but I don't know. I got to add some more voices into my operation here. But a couple things to go over. I don't know too much. Obviously, I don't follow U.S. politics because I do live in Canada. At the same time, Canada usually does adapt everything that the U.S. kind of wants done because everyone follows, I guess, the U.S. presidency and, thinking they're the superpowers of the world. So eventually, the same things could end up happening here in Canada. I hope not, but we'll see. But the big thing, a lot of people are talking about now is obviously the U.S. is pushing out almost everything to do with crypto. So it's starting with, the 30% taxes here. It's actually starting with, all the regulations. A lot of exchanges and stuff are leaving the U.S. due to it. And actually China and other places are picking them up. And it's going to probably hurt them long term. Like, what if crypto, there's no what if, guys. We know what's going on. Crypto becomes, a dominant force in the currency market, and the U.S. pushes them all away. Obviously, we're going to see it's going to turn into a third world country. Not that bad, but I'm just saying, what's going on here. A lot of people are going to be getting a lot more money into their accounts in other countries due to it, and everyone going to them. Now, we have this 30% tax thing. Now, I don't know, is it just on power? Is it on the crypto? I think it's a power thing. I didn't read any of the bills. DJ Mine's here. He probably knows what's going on. DJ, what's going on with this power thing? 30% in the U.S. Is it based on the power you use? Is it based on the crypto you mine, an extra 30% to the crypto? I don't even know. I didn't watch it, but I just see people talk about this 30% crypto thing that's happening in the U.S. And that's just another thing. Now, Hawk says it all the time. I haven't seen a few streams for a while, but I know Hawk a while back, he usually says it a couple times, but usually when these bills emerge, and it makes a lot of sense, they fill them up with so much nonsense that obviously they throw it out there, it goes through the first reading, fails, passes, whatever, and then they kind of tweak it up, and some things kind of, get removed till eventually it comes down to a few things that will get actually implemented. Now, with this 30% tax thing, be one of those straight written cut off type of things, because it doesn't really make sense. If it's based on the power, they know it's threatening the systems. The banks are collapsing, and people are starting to put more of their money into crypto. Now, obviously, they don't want any of this to happen. It moves in on the elite's territory. So they cannot let that happen unless they find a way to actually control it themselves. And because it's crypto and everything is so decentralized the way it's supposed to be, unlike Ethereum. Ethereum is perfect right up elite's alley because they can totally control that crap, right? That's why it comes down to proof of work and it comes down to decentralization, running your own nodes. A lot of people are mad, like, oh, I'm not getting nothing to run a node. You have Raptorium out there, Furo, other things where you run your nodes, you get incentivized to do so by getting payments and stuff. And people think that's all a node is. No, that's not a node. Every chain has a node. A wallet for Ethereum is almost a node. Every mining pool is their own node, and so on. So running a node is having your own copy of the blockchain. And that's why some people, they just go out there and they buy with those future bits and stuff. You can just buy a $200 mini PC and do the exact same thing at your house, but you can spend the $800 or something on a future bit and set up your own node. And that's all it is. It's a copy of the blockchain that everything is there. Now think about it. Say, you have blockchains of copies all over the place, all over, and all of a sudden, someone like the U.S. decides, all right, cut all power, or just cut the power to the entire country. That's a little extensive here, but I'm just trying to show you a case scenario where all of a sudden everything in the U.S. goes down. Power's gone, right? Nothing. Everything's out. But you still have nodes active throughout the world everywhere, which means just because they did that there, they cannot stop it because all these people have copies of the blockchains talking to each other, validating things through mining. So that's why our decentralization is huge and major. So next time you're maybe up in the air, like what I talking about, like with Caspa nodes, I've been doing a lot of videos on running nodes, setting up your nodes and stuff, and that's pretty much why it adds decentralization and everything to these networks, and it makes it harder to stop these blockchains. So that's kind of the node situation that's going on there. What's max voltage? Hey, welcome. What's going on? Also, if you mine at home and don't deduct the cost of electricity, are you subject to the 30% tax? How can they tell how much is used by mine and how much is used by your home? Yeah, that's another very interesting concept. And what was that thing? There's a news article, not a news article, a blog article or something. What did they say that only like 9% of the people in the US actually claimed crypto? So it's interesting to think about, because like what if they're gathering the information early right now before they really decide to start doing the drop? Oh, this person claimed it. This person claimed it. This person claimed. Now they kind of got names in a hat to say, all right, so these are the people we got to look at for this 30% tax. Could that be a thing? I don't really know. Who knows what they're going to do, but it's interesting. Very interesting. I don't know how they're going to play it out. Also, if you mine at home, don't deduct it. Exactly. How do they know? Is that like they're going to knock at everyone's door? Are you mining crypto? Are you mining crypto? Are you a crypto miner? Are you a crypto miner? Like, you know, they can maybe go to the power company and say who's using more than the average house, and then base the land size and house size and so on. They can probably do things like that. But that's a lot of wasted resources, especially for something that's really probably is going to change the world. I don't know why I'm saying probably and all this stuff. I'm trying to throw speculation into it when I don't really think there's any speculation. Crypto is doing things that we need. So yeah, it's going to be turning, you know, countries into different ways. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on with that. Like I said, I didn't read the bill. I'm just all rumor based stuff. So I don't know, but obviously most of you guys that watch the channel, I think it's like 75 to 80% of my viewership is from the United States. So obviously this is a huge thing for most of my viewers out there. So I'm gonna have to look into it and see. I don't know what's going on, but it's crazy. I don't know why they're doing this, but I do know why, and I kind of just said it. It comes down to the elites and the whole operation around that, and media, and how they're trying to tell everyone how volatile it is, and how like, do you guys remember a while back? What was it? Bitcoin, obviously we know these are cycles, they're happening, but you remember a while back Bitcoin dropped like 8%. And it was 8 or 10%. I can't remember. And, you know, stay away from Bitcoin. It's so volatile. Bad. It was only a few months back. And but Netflix dropped like, it was like 15 to 20%. But it was all for it. You know, it's going to go up, guys. Get back in. Help the shareholders. Help it out. The companies stick together. These guys stick together. And they throw out the competition. Pretty much what Binance did with FTX. They're all doing the same crap. It's just that they're trying to shove everyone away, make their own type of money here. So, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy what's going on. I think they need a 1700s lesson to realize what happens if they pass something like this. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, it's crazy. Rabid, which operating system are you using in your node box? So when I got the B-Link U59, I think is the one I'm using. It came with Windows 11, but I did upgrade it to Windows 10. Some people get a kick out of that. But yeah, I downgraded it. In theory, based on Microsoft, it's a downgrade. I felt it was an upgrade. I don't know if they tweaked Windows 11 or not. Maybe Windows 11 is pretty good now. I don't know. But I put Windows 10 in it, and that's what I'm using. So I'm using Windows 10 in it. I do want to get another one so I can play around with Linux a bit, because some nodes like Radiant, I don't think has a Windows source. You can only build it in Linux. So I want to get something with Linux as well so I can play around. I don't really know Linux too well. I've been playing around with it ever since I started with my Dero nodes and pool and stuff. So I've been learning commands. I got like a notepad cheat sheet with copy paste commands that every time I Google stuff and look it up, I put it down and I know, okay, this is like a delete, this is get rid of a folder, swap a folder, force install. So I got a bunch of little commands in a notepad cheat sheet that I kind of use to copy and paste back and forth when I need it. But yeah, I want to learn Linux, and you know, sometimes you have to use Linux for some things. And I know some people are really against using Windows for nodes and server stuff, but it's very easy to use if you know everything is set up for it. Like look at the Cadena wallet, the KDX app there, bam, like a couple clicks, up and running. easy node access. So why not use that instead of spending, a few times? Linux is supposed to be more stable, but I haven't had any issues yet. Now, if I start running into major issues, then, it might be something to look at. I'm not running like a huge dedicated pool or anything and all that stuff. So yeah, it's just home nodes, guys. It's okay to run Windows in my mind. Do whatever you guys want. Gaming with Smokey Dan. It's called the carbon. Yeah, we got that. That's I don't even want to touch up on that carbon tax. That is probably one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. But hey, yeah, I think this might be a thing when all trees will be cut out and we'll be have you ever seen the Lorax? That's what's going on. The Lorax, prime example. Check that stuff out. That show's awesome. You guys must have seen that. That's what I'm waiting for. We've been talking, the Pepe coin's been pumping, the Mong coin, the Dino coin. What else is out there? Some brand new one just dropped. I can't remember what it's called now. It dropped like yesterday afternoon. So who knows if that'll go 50 million% or not. But I'm waiting for, you got to find one that sticks with you, like Fraggle coin. Any guys know Fraggle Rock? I think that's Canadian. They made a new one here that's in like Alberta. They actually filmed it. It's on Amazon or something. But Fraggle Rock, I used to watch. I was a kid. If they make a Fraggle coin, I'm all in. If they make, not financial advice in any way, shape, or form, guys, don't listen to me. But there's Fraggle coin. If that happens, yes. What's the other one? There's another one. I was like, if they make this thing, what is it? I can't remember what I used to watch all the time. I don't even know. I can't remember what the other one was. I forget it, but Fraggle coin's one of them. Down at Fraggle Rock, grab a Fraggle by Fraggle Rock. Okay, I'm watching Lorax. Yeah, watch Lorax. It's awesome. It makes a lot of sense. Okay, if you haven't seen the Lorax, here's a quick spoiler about it. This little tiny dude pretty much goes out. All the trees get cut down from this other guy, and this one guy capitalized on it by selling air to everybody. It's almost like the bottled water company, but with air. And he doesn't let anyone out of the house, out of the whole town, because you have to stay in there. You can't see what's going on. And eventually they want to plant more trees and stuff. There's no trees. You need to buy air to live. And that's kind of what it's all about. And then the Lorax is like some superficial being that comes down and tells them all. It's a Dr. Seuss show, so you know what's going on there. But yeah, it's a cool show. It's funny. Spaceballs, that was awesome. That was a wicked one. Guy that makes a movie of the GOAT Dr. Seuss movie and books. Yeah. That's hilarious. Anyway, so let's talk about a few things. We kind of talked about the U.S. pushing miners out. I don't know much about it. They're doing some crazy things. Hopefully it reverts. The other thing, what's going on with Bitcoin? You guys hear about that Bitcoin? Depending when your Twitter feed pops up or whatever, some people are saying Bitcoin is getting hacked. Bitcoin is getting DDoS attacked. Bitcoin is doing this. There's over 200,000 transactions locked in the mempool, and Bitcoin's stuck and all this stuff. Like, I don't know what's going on right now. Binance sounds like they actually halted transactions, withdrawals for Bitcoin right now, which is actually a pretty big deal. Now that's coming from that Watcher Guru guy, so he's not always all there, but allegedly Binance halted that. I don't know if they did or not. I didn't look into it, but that might be happening. But it's looking like a lot the gas fees in theory is what's going on here. A lot of transactions, people aren't paying enough to get their transaction into the next block, so it's costing higher fees. Then they're kind of stuck in limbo in the loophole waiting for transaction fees to kind of drop and stuff. Now, I don't know if this is due to the fact that it's actually having some type of DDoS attack that people are saying, or if obviously no one's attacking the network because no one has near enough hash rate to take over 51%, so that's not what's happening, and that's a double spend anyway, and that's a different category all on its own. But I remember they were talking about dropping NFTs and stuff on Bitcoin. So I don't know if this is part of it and what's going on. It's wrecking Bitcoin. Bitcoin's supposed to be used for buy and sell merch and stuff like that, day-to-day goods, and obviously the transactions are picking up. Now some are saying this is great for the miners currently mining Bitcoin. They're getting higher transaction fees, which in theory is, but then it's also hurting the network because now you're paying so much, and then we're going to start leading back into Ethereum level where it's just you lose more money trying to send something at that point. So I don't really know what's going on. Obviously, Bitcoin is not at the level Ethereum was when it comes to transaction fees, like $1,000 to send something on Ethereum versus it's like $4 or $6. People are mad about $4 or $6, which, is a high fee in theory, but it's nothing major like what people were doing with Ethereum. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but Yeah, Chirus there, DDoS, good luck. Yeah, I know. That's what he's saying. These are just different things that people are saying depending where you look. So I don't know what's going on. All I know is it sounds like the mempool is getting filled up with transactions that are failing because they can't go through due to people not paying enough gas fees. And that's pretty much going on. It's a congested network right now, which all the people are saying, you know, this is a wicked sign. Bitcoin is getting a lot of use right now. This is a bullish sign for Bitcoin. It's very active at the moment. And then you got the other side saying, blah, this is happening, that's happening. So we don't know what's happening, but it's busy. The network's busy right now is pretty much what we can say. So who knows what's going on there. We have Litecoin to deal with that. Yeah, that's very true. Litecoin is the money move. I feel Litecoin's a great coin for moving funds around. Every exchange has the withdrawal fee very cheap. And yeah, Litecoin is obviously a wicked money mover. But yeah, let's take a look at something here. So check this one out, guys. Bam! You guys see that? You guys see this? You guys see what I'm seeing? Look at that. So this is an Osprey. It's an E300. It says it's doing about 15.52 gigahash. It just came in the other day. I got a lot of testing I got to do on this thing, so I don't really know what's going on. I'm just going to go in the FPGA here. But let's just go to a quick setup log. So this thing is actually really, really easy to run and work with. So let's take a look. Bam, bam. Off there. So there's two ways you can do it. One is obviously the command line here, and this is just like setting up your normal miner. So here we have the miner. We're on Caspa at this moment. Your stratum, you just put in your pool. I have it on Hero Miners here. Your wallet address followed by your worker name. Now you do need this here, FPGA E300, to actually acknowledge it's an FPGA. And then this is your core clock setting. So I got it cranked. It's not cranked right up, but it's at 650 core on all three FPGAs because this is an E300. It's got three FPGAs. Here I don't know if you guys can see. I'll zoom in. There you can kind of see a bit better there. So 650, 650, 650. Now it came at default at 550, and I went to 650 because I think it was 10 to 11 gigahash at 550. I think it was. And it was using a lot of power. And I was like, what's going on? This thing is supposed to be super efficient. Why is it using so much power? So that's that. But we're still looking in here. So you can also go into the menu option. So in the menu option here, you have quite a few more options here to deal with. And remember I say RxD is supposed to be coming soon. It's not here yet. Now, allegedly, this is what will happen when new firmware and bit streams become available. Retro Mike was actually pointing out the other day, Osprey does make their own bit streams, and then they kind of work in conjunction with Team RedMiner, and Team RedMiner implements it into their miner for Osprey, and then Osprey has their own dashboard here. So here we can simply see algo, Caspa or Ethash. So this is all I have right now available, Caspa or Ethash. And all you got to do is click on either one of them. And now when Radiant does drop, it'll just come into here, Caspa, Ethash, Radiant. Pick the coin you want. It's just simply as clicking a button. That's very easy. And then you just put in your worker name, your address, set your core clock speeds and everything, and go. I'm just using the command line though. It looks like they have Allfather here as well. I don't know really what that miner is, but they got Team RedMiner or Allfather in for their thing. But yeah, so you got menu mode, command mode. I'm just using the command line mode right now. And then you got your overclock in here. So when I first turned this thing on, I remember from my video when I got remote access in that I had to turn it up to about 650 to hit that 14, 15 gigahash mark. But I was using like, what was I at? I was around like 700 and some watts. I was like, whoa, this thing's supposed to be only using like 400 watts on the website. Why is it using so much power? And why does that say off? Now, the GUI is kind of buggy here. Every time I refresh it here, sometimes it says on, sometimes it says off. So I don't know what's going on there. It does sound like I have an outdated GUI on this one. So they're giving me the commands and the instructions and everything to update this GUI. So maybe that'll all be fixed once I finally do that. I'm still waiting for those files to come in. Don't have them yet. And then other instructions about the board temperature. So they did increase the hash rate to 16 gigahash now by removing a power limited feature, which I cannot see the temperature as of right now. It's not in this GUI, which is why they said they're going to give me the new one. But there's the control voltage or whatever the heck they call it, MCP or something. Keep it under 95 is what they said. As long as you keep it under 95, I can crank this thing up to like, I think they said around 750 millivolts and get 16 gigahash or so. And I can't remember what the thing is for temperatures. But when it came, though, I did notice, I was like, why is it using so much power? It was at 720 volts or millivolts per FPGA. So I've been tweaking around with it. I got it down to about 630 on each one of these. It bounces between 628 to 630. I found on FPGA number 1, when I dropped this one below 620, it would start crashing. So I got a lot of tweaking to do to actually get this to work 100% efficiently. I'm currently at that, what do we got on here? So, well, right now it's saying at the pool, my current hash rate is 18 gigahash. So it's not 100% true. 1 hour is at 16.5. Remember, that's just based on shares. The highest I seen this hit was about 22 gigahash, but that's just based on I probably found a bunch of shares. We do have to wait for the full averages to see how well it's actually performing. But I did have to shut it off last night because I don't have the Noctua version, and the little one stuff upstairs said it was too loud, so I had to move rooms. So sometime in the middle of the night, I woke up, had to move the miner into a different room, turn it back on, and do that. So there was a little bit of cutout in there. So I got to figure out a place where I can have it running steady for a full 24 hours. But that's the E300 pretty much in a nutshell here. You can adjust your millivolts here. I'm sitting at, like I said, it was at 700 watts, and I got it down to about 504 watts or something right now, and about, you know, the 15 gigahash mark. If I go into the logs here, it'll tell us what it's reporting at the pool. We just seen 16 on the current hash rate, and then we got to wait for the averages to actually play out. Now I'm still waiting for the Radiant bitstream, which they say should be here very, very soon, within the next few days. So hopefully I do see that, because I really want to slap this thing on the Radiant and start, you know, smashing out a lot of Radiant stuff. Would I buy one? I'm still up in the air right now. I do have the option to purchase this if I want, because I do have to send this thing back to them after I'm done doing all my testing. So I don't know, based with Radiant coming, and I do want the Noctua fans to put on this thing to try that as out. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to fully test all this. I do have it for a couple weeks though, but there's a lot of things I do want to try. Like we've seen ETC is on there now. Can we dual mine ZIL as well? We got Radiant coming, so I want to try that out obviously when it remerges. And I got different Caspa things to try, like the pools. I want to try solo mining to my node again on this thing. I have found that before those ASICs hit, here we can see actually we're doing 15.52 is our reported hash rate right there. Okay, zoom in a little bit. You can see right there, each FPGA is getting about 5.1 gigahash currently on Caspa, and I'm around a little over 500 watts, 504 like I said. So I can't remember what I had with my GPUs. When my GPUs were on Caspa, I was around 7 gigahash. I think I was a little over 1,000 watts or so. So here I'm around, 15 gigahash, and I'm using less power. I'm around the 500 mark. So about half the power is my GPUs and over twice the hash rate. So this thing is pretty good, for what it does. But there's a few things we have to realize is usually when FPGAs come on to something, that's the gateway for ASICs could be following behind it afterwards. So we don't know if Radiant does emerge. DJ Mines, what happened with that interview with you still there, DJ? With Radiant, did they say anything about if ASICs and stuff hit it? Are they going to fork? Are they just going to let it is? Because these are things we need to know about when it comes to these FPGAs. It's the gateway for ASICs. Eventually, ASICs will probably smash it out, and if the coin's okay with it, it's going to turn into an ASIC coin. Or once FPGAs hit it, are they going to start forking and they'll be gone? So these are things we have to realize, and I have to actually do more research into the coins that they can mine and coins that they will be mining. Ergo is supposed to be available for these E300s as well soon, so that's another thing to keep an eye on. So I got to figure out the answer to those questions. Now, if it turns out that Radiant or something is okay with FPGAs but not okay with ASICs, then we have to see the timeline when ASICs come on and they end up forking, or if ASICs even end up being made for it and so on. But if they remain something like where FPGAs are okay and we don't really have to worry about the huge impact of ASICs coming later, then I probably would probably buy this one. I can't afford it right now, but I would probably say, hey, you know what? Can I mine it off or something and try to keep it? But I got to get answers to these questions first, because then I would probably shut my GPUs off, because this is obviously making more at less power, and then maybe I just get like 2 of these or something, because really, like, what are they, 5,000? That's 2 4090s each. So for 4 4090s, I could get 4 4090s or 2 E300s. And it's a big decision, But it would come down to the answers to the questions I just kind of asked. Where are these coins going to move to ASICs after these FPGA gateway, or are they going to fork to something else if something happens? Because we don't know. The FPGAs are hard to get. They are expensive, but they're good at what they do. So I got to get more. I got to get some of these questions answered before I truly decide, do I want this thing or not? But right now, it's looking pretty good. In terms of profitability, I guess, let's just take a look at Caspa. Well, here it's saying $8.31. I'm currently at 500 watts, 11 cents per kilowatt hour. That's about $1.30 in power per day. So we're a little over $7 in profitability. We are still in a bear market. Obviously, if Caspa pumps, it's going to look a lot better. ASICs hit it. Hash rate goes up. That's another thing where it's not going to look as hot anymore. But there's so many uncertainties out there. And then once Radiant drops, we got to do the same numbers again. How well is it doing on Radiant? Will Radiant see huge gains in the future, or will it not? These are other things. Do we love the coin? Do we not love the coin? Will the coin do something? These are all questions that it's a huge gamble, I guess, in the end. How much is it for you? It's the same price. Actually, it's about $200 cheaper, I guess. It's about $5,000 if I wanted to keep it, is what they said. But which, that's like what is it on their website, 5,200 or something? What do we got here? Let me look it up. Where's Osprey Electronics? What do they got here? How much is it there? E300. It's $51.99. So yeah, I guess it's like 200 off, which is almost the same as my code, which is in the description. The E300, I think I have $125 off. For this guy here, I think I have a $30 off code, and this guy here, I have a $100 code off. And this is the new arrival. I don't really know what this is. 8.8 gigahash. So I don't know what's going on with this one. What's all involved with it? This is like 2 chips, but it's less than 2 other chips. E300, it has each hash board has 1. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this specification. It has 3 of these. Is it 3 less chips? 3 lower grade FPGAs? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this one, but it's 8.8 gigahash, about half of the other one, but it's showing 3 boards in the picture. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that one. It's a different FPGA. VU33P. Oh, I guess. Oh, VU33P. Okay, what does the other one have? So it's less. Is it less efficient as well? I want it. VU35. Okay, yeah, this is VU35. Hey, look, they changed it. 250. Every time I give them feedback, it seems they change their wattage. Originally, this was what, 200 watts only. And then when I did the remote testing and they sent me the screenshot, it was at 400 watts. This said 250 to 400 watts. And then this morning or the other day or something, I said, hey, I'm sitting over 500 watts here. Now it says 500 watts. So I don't know. They keep changing it every time I message them about the power that I'm using. So I'm still trying to get it down. But yeah, right now I am about 504 watts. And I still have a lot more tweaking to do in between each chip and everything. Like, it's like pretty much like almost as bad as tweaking an AMD thing. Retro Mike's here. He might know about this. Okay, let's go into here. So yeah, here we are. So here's our millivolts up here. Get this to the big screen. This is our millivolts up here. And like I said, this originally, it was at 720 when I first got it. And I was like, wow, 700 watts. That's insane. And then I got it down to about 630. It did come with a book, and its estimated range for heavy hash here is saying, you guys can't see the book, but I'm going to read it to you guys if I can find the page now. Estimated range for heavy hash is... No, it won't tell me. I can't find the page. I fail. Okay, what do we got here? Why can't I find it? I was opening it up right to it constantly, and now I can't. Wow. Epic failure. Where's the chart? That is so weird. It's like the page just vanished out of the book right when I wanted to. There, here it is. I found it. All right, second page. Okay, so it's saying for algorithm for Caspa, here's the clock speed. So for 650 megahertz, use a 620 to 650 millivolts. Now it also says do your own tweaking. You can drop it a bit. Obviously, I did do that. Like I did find once I get FPGA here, chip 1. Once I drop this chip down below about 620, it does start to crash and stuff. So just like, you know, tweaking your GPUs and stuff, find it where it's stable, move it up just slightly bit, or find it when it crashes, move it up till it does. So I got a lot of tweaking to do each one individually. I did get FPGA chip 0 and 2 to maintain their hash rate and be at about 620. Right now I just put all clock for the stream here at 630 so that nothing actually goes down. Now, it says for the HBM memory, Caspa doesn't use it, but there was at 1200 millivolts. I did just put an all for all FPGAs here. I put it down to 1000 just to see because it was saying 1200. I didn't notice anything change at the wall for wattage, so it just must not engage the memory at all if it's not being used, I guess, for these. Like I said, I'm new to FPGAs. I don't really know what's going on there, but if I was to move to ETC hash, it does say you got to keep about double of what your core millivolts is. So you got to double up your memory voltages based on what you're running your core. And then like 600 megahertz would be about 600 megahertz core clock would be an 800 millivolt on the volts here for the core, and then 1150 to 1200 for the ETH hash memory. So I'd have to move this up to about 1150 to 1200, and then for 550 megahertz, obviously it's down to 750 core. These are just average things, and the memory would be at 1100. So a little about double of what you set your core at. So it's saying it's not using that. So like I said, I tried adjusting this down for this. It just says 1000 to 1300. I put it to 1000. It didn't do anything here. It's even saying 0 there, 187. And then every time I hit this, it's constantly saying power on, power off, NA. I don't know if it's just due to this GUI dashboard, but it's kind of a pain to mess around it because I don't know if it's kicking in, not kicking in, and so on every time I do this. But if I go into my log, I can see that everything is running perfectly fine, and I got a lot more playing and figuring out to do, but I thought I'd just run through basic controls of that thing. You're losing me with all the numbers. Just think of it as a GPU. You got your core clocks and you got your memory clocks, and then you're setting your voltages for your core clocks and your memory as well. So that's pretty much what's going on there. Look at the Discord there, and things changed a lot this past week. Yeah, I got them. I got them in. I got the Osprey team in a private DM, and they're sending me the new GUI files. They're sending me info updates. I'm asking them about the Noctua fans. That's the other thing that had an issue because it was loud last night. It's not super loud. Like, it's not a loud ASIC. It looks like it has the 6,000 RPM fan on, but I think it's actually slower. Maybe it's a 4 or 5,000 fan. Like, it's a louder fan. It sounds like a low-grade ASIC. It's obviously nothing like a Bitcoin miner. It's quieter than my L3 Plus was, and I find it it's the quietest when the fans are at 100%. If you turn it down a bit, it starts to get like that little rattle hum to it, and that can be more annoying than running at full speeds. But it's supposed to have the Noctua conversion, but I have the industrial Noctua fans, unless they're the wrong ones, because my plug doesn't plug into it. So maybe it's a different plug of the Noctua fans that you need for it, and they said, you know, they can send those out as well. So I don't know if they actually are or not, but I said I have them. I'm waiting for them to answer me back saying I have them, but maybe I got the wrong ones. The plug's not fitting into it, so let's see what's going on there. Change ASIC fans is boring. Retro Mike. Be careful with the 19 gigahash mode if you're trying to. I'm not trying. I don't want to do anything crazy. I don't want to break it. I just want to try to get this thing nice and efficient and see what kind of numbers I can get out of it. Like how low I can drop that power and maintain something between the 10 to 15 gigahash mark. I think 15 gigahash might be a magic number here, which is what I have it now. So it's just going to come down to voltage settings to try and drop that power. I want to try to get that power below 500 watts, and I think that would be pretty good, even though it's advertised 250 to 500 right now. But I want to try to get, you know, probably just below 500 if I can. When it comes to overclocking it more to get to the 16 gigahash plus and stuff, they did say to really watch the MCP. I think that was, you know what, where's my Discord? Right here. Nope, that's that. Let's just bring this up right quick. Oh, okay. I have my Discord shut off. So, in that DM though, I think they call it the MCP. It's their voltage controller that they actually bypassed or whatever. Keep that thing under 95 degrees. And I should be okay. I can take the core upwards to like 700, 800 if I wanted, and stuff like that. But I don't think I really want to really go all out on that. Maybe for a couple seconds, but that's about it. I just want to try and maintain some nice. Look at Mikkel's video. Okay, yeah, I'll check out Mikkel's video. See what he has going on there. 15 gigahash is easy at 550. Yeah, I'm at 15 gigahash now at about 504. So I'm doing pretty good there. I want to see if I can bring it down below the 500 watt mark. But yeah, I'm about 504 watts right now at a little over 15 gigahash. So not too bad. Apparently I'm ineligible for membership. Rigged. What? You're rigged? Yes, that's what AMD, but NVIDIA, you can't do that. You can't do what? Red putts. Now you can't, yeah, with NVIDIA, you can't adjust the memory voltage as far as I'm aware, unless a new trick comes out for that. But you can adjust the core voltage, and that's what's going on with the core offsets and the locked core clocks. Right now, like, you know, you look at Caspa and stuff, you're setting a core clock. Once you lock your core clock, and then there's two ways to go about it. The best way is to do it within the miner itself. But if you set a core of like say 200 in Hive OS, then that's like setting an offset of 200 for the voltage on a reduction. So they're kind of doing that there. That's with your core offset locks that you are doing in there. So we are adjusting core voltages with our GPUs now on a lot of coins, but yeah, on NVIDIA. But yeah, I don't know if we're any memory type of offsets yet. That would be interesting to figure out. And Fudweiser just gifted 5 memberships. So who all won that? We got Vincent Gallo, congratulations. Alvadas Jokabatis, Chirish, what's going on? Ninja Kid and Golden Wolf. Congratulations to all you guys who got a nice free membership for a month. That's awesome. Thank you very much, Fudweiser, for that. Damn it, rigged again. To Craig, nice. That was fast, Fudweiser. That's hilarious. I want a membership. I got 1 membership from Chump Change Albatus. Oh, and then you got it. That's hilarious. I missed that. That happened. Then he got it. Wow. What are the odds that just happened? Then what was it? Red Putts. Was it a couple weeks ago? Red Putts did 15 or something. Was it 15 or was it more? I don't know. It was crazy. The screen just exploded with greenness. It was insane. I tried. Good morning from Seattle. Oh, from Seattle, the Kraken, home of the Kraken. What's going on, Golden Wolf? What's happening? Hey, maybe us Oilers will see you guys there in the finals, huh? Final for the Western Conference. Chub Change was giving out 100 memberships. Oh, he's doing it himself? That's crazy. I can't afford any of that stuff. I apologize. I'm broke. I'm not rich, unlike most of the other YouTube people out there. I'm bare bottom minimum, barely getting by, scraping for anything I can, and that's not even a lie. Anyway, oh, but his other members, okay, gotcha. Canadian Cup coming up since '93. That'd be sweet. Imagine if Toronto gets through to the Western Conference. I just think it would be awesome. Imagine Oilers versus Toronto in the Stanley Cup Finals. That'd be absolutely insane. Now, a lot of people say, I don't want that to happen, but, it would be kind of cool. A full Canadian Stanley Cup final game. That'd be insane. Who's going to look at the F1 race tonight? I haven't really watched. I don't think I've ever watched any type of car racing. NASCAR, F1s, any of it. Maybe I'll check one out. Maybe I'll check it out and see. Those things are friggin' fast, those F1s. Let's go Lakers. Lakers is probably everybody's favorite when it comes to basketball. I'll buy you a Locatech at Mining Disrupt, Craig. Oh, are you going to that Retro Mike? That's all. You're going to the Mining Disrupt? That'd be insane. As soon as you see the Locatech, you DM me and say, this thing is real. Instantly. It's the second you see it, don't even say, hey, that's actually a Locatech, and talk to the guy. Just be like, okay, I see it. DM Rabid. Now go actually check it out. I need to know ASAP. I'm just bugging you. But yeah, that's cool. If you're going there, that's pretty sweet. Of course, no content. I'm there on vacation. Oh, you're there on vacation. Awesome. Did your vacation just happen to coincidentally happen at the same time that was going on? Keeping everything private. Oh yeah, right on. Awesome. I'm hoping like I don't know, based on the time. So when is the mining disrupt? July. So the mining disruption in July, and I believe I gotta go over my email again. So because Ben did mention that the USBs, like obviously that's when the public appearance of this chip will be happening on a USB stick first. It's not gonna be on the hash blade. It's gonna be on this USB stick to show the efficiency of the chip and so on. And then that about 3-4 months later, we should see the hash blades emerging for actually possibly shipping. So like by sometime September, end of the year, we should see them shipping if we see this happen at Mining Disrupt. Now, I think it was about 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, he said in about a month, which is sometime in June, it should be sending out the actual USB sticks for people to check out. And I'm supposed to be getting one. So I should already have confirmation by the time the disrupt hits. But, you know, if I don't, make sure you confirm it. So we'll see what happens. I think the USB is really a good idea, but it will be power limited. Yeah, well, that's the point of it. It's like the hash blade is supposed to be, obviously, we know it's extremely efficient. Like what, 2 gigahash at 140 watts, and for some reason I want to say 140 watts is higher than what they're saying. I think it's like 125 to 130 watts, but it's filled up with these chips. That's going to be on the USB stick, right? It's going to be a PCB like a GPU loaded up with these whole bunch of these ASIC chips. So on the USB stick, you know, each chip is not really using much power at all. And so you can get full capacity of this. And that's why they want to publicly show this on the USB sticks to show what it is. So it'll be interesting. I don't know the exact number of chips. I guess once we figure out how well the USB stick does perform, we can just multiply that by the amount of chips to get 2 gigahash. And we'll have an idea of how many chips may be on one of these hash blades or something, because it's supposed to be around 1.9 to 2 gigahash. So that's one way to go about and figuring out how well it'll perform. So we'll see what the USB sticks, obviously, as you add more in there, because you got to power the USB and stuff. So it's actually the hash blade will probably end up being a little more efficient than what the USB stick shows us, because with the USB stick, we're going to be powering the USB stick, the board on the stick, plus the single chip, where on the hash blade, all we got to power is the single board and a whole bunch of chips, right? So that would make it, in theory, a little bit more efficient on the hash blade. But the USB stick is definitely, if it is public, remember, we still got to do a lot of ifs here. I feel this thing is actually coming. I think it is going to be a thing, and it's going to be a huge game changer for script mining. And we're going to see script explode in hash rate, which is why, you know, if you see a $50 L3 plus and your power is around 10 cents or higher, who cares? Unless you plan on trying to resell that later, which I don't even know if that'll be a decent thing, because of the hash rate that's probably going to smash on the script here soon. We're going to need some great equipment. So the USB stick is going to be, it's going to be very interesting to see once we get some numbers off of them. But again, we still don't know. Fundweiser has been a member for 19 months of the Rabbit's Den. 100 viewers, 50 likes. Yeah, guys, smash that like button. Let's go. 96 viewers now, 94, 50 likes. We need some more likes. Do it. I'm sure Hawk will be bringing 9,000 cameras so he doesn't miss a single millisecond of recording. Probably for sure. Oh, craziness. I'm going to spread false info. My Retro Mike's going to be like, I see the hash blade USB stick. This thing is 1 gigahash alone. Wow. The hash blade's going to be like freaking 50 gigahash for 2,000 watts. Oh, crazy. What do we got here? Mark Merritt, it's a team support, but it depends on the car. If the car is great, the driver is great. Look at Hamilton. He is SH now. Good evening. Hey, BDD. Yeah, BDD. What's going on, BDD? Patrick Guy, 1 gigahash at 5 watts. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine 1 gigahash at 5 watts? That's freaking wow. Now, I have a huge question. As we know, Locatech says they're they're going to pull an NVIDIA, but not in a bad way to keep prices high and stuff like that. But they want to sell this for, what is it? They want to sell it for about an ROI, depending on the market, of 1 year. Now, based on my previous video, we looked at the current profitability of 2 gigahash and so on. It looked like it'd be around the $2,000 mark. I think that's what it was. And he later confirmed in the comments is actually that's what they were thinking of. I was about $2,000 per hash plate, which is decently, 2 gigahash for 140 watts. That's pretty darn good for that. So efficiency is actually key. But they said they're going to be holding stock. So they're going to sell it to some big people, obviously, to get a bunch of money. But then the majority of their hash blades. Thank you very much, Tech TV, for the TY. I always say TV. I thought I quit saying TV for a while, but TechMan TY, thank you very much for the $5 thread ripper fund, which we probably might move into the epics because that's probably better for your money. But we'll see what happens in the future. One of these days, something good will happen. But so they want to hold it back, and they say they don't want to flood the network with hash rate depending on the price to keep profitability up. But they're not the only players here releasing new hardware. We got JazzMiner coming in. We got obviously Bitmain's going to drop something as well to answer back because you know how Bitmain's Bitmain. So we have JazzMiner and Bitmain doesn't care about network hash rates. We saw that with the KA3. If they as many miners as they can build, as fast as they can build, they're going to try and get them out the door and sold ASAP. So that's what Bitmain's going to do. So I still don't. So does that mean we're only going to? It's not going to really, like, maybe they won't. They'll just cancel selling hash blades because the network's too damn high now. It's like that's not going to happen. They're going to sell them, and based on all the numbers of everything that's slowly kind of being leaked, we still don't know L9 numbers if they're accurate or not. We don't know if the JazzMiner numbers are accurate or not. It's supposed to be 5x more efficient than the L7 9.5 gigahash model. So what's that? That's about 34. What is that? 3440 or something? Let's go 3400 watts on the L7. Times that by point. Actually, I think I saw a 20% thing. 20% times that by 20. So that's 680 off. Minus 680. So the JazzMiner could be about, say we don't know the numbers of the hash rate it's going to be, but if it was the same hash rate as the L7 9.5 gigahash, 3400 watts for the Bitmain version, the JazzMiner will be 9.5 gigahash at about 2700 watts. So a lot more efficient, a lot better in my eyes. But we don't know the hash rate. So is it going to be 20% more efficient, but be doing like 50 gigahash, 20 gigahash, 100 gigahash? Like, we don't know, or terahash or whatever the heck they're in. I know they're in gigahash, right? Yeah. So, is it going to be a lot more hash rate, but have the efficiency of like 20% more than what the current L7 is kind of doing? And then is what's Bitmain's newest one numbers actually going to look like? So there's going to be a lot of hash rate smashing on the script. So how are they going to limit the hash blades based on all these numbers when everything starts releasing is another huge question I'm kind of interested about. 2 gigahash at 140 watts is only 24070s. Yeah, it's only about 24070s and probably about 20 times more profitable than 24070s. Actually, I don't know. Let's actually have a quick look at that. Let's take a look at ASICs here and see how profitable that would actually be right now at the current prices and all that stuff. So where's my Litecoin script right here? Let's go into mining pool stats, get a rough idea. Let's start with Doge. What's Doge looking like? Dogecoin is at 752.61 terahash. So Doge 752. So 752, it's up. 752 terahash. We got to put the other little bit in there. What was it? 0.61. 61. We got a price range of 773. Bam. Now let's take a look at Litecoin. Litecoin here. We got 739.32, 739, and then 32 on the network. Bam. And our Litecoin price is 83.91. 83.91. Boom. So 2 gigahash. Let's just go 2 gigahash. 2 gigahash. So that is $4.42 right now with the current markets and hash rates and everything. $4.42. Now 140 watts times 24 divided by 1,000 for kilowatt hours times 0.11 for 11. So it's 36 cents a day for power. So 4.42 subtract 0.36. We have a profitability of $4.06 right now. Like, our profit before power is $4.42. You know what? Let's look this out. Red Putz, what do you got? 40-cent power? Let's look at 40-cent power. 40-cent power on this thing. So 140 watts times 24 divided by 1,000. That's 3.36 kilowatt hours. We times that by 40 cents. So 40-cent power is $1.34 worth of power. You're still profitable. Minus 4.42. You're still making over $3 a day at 40-cent power at the current. Remember, the hash rates and everything are going to be picking up. The difficulty is going up. So the profitability will drop unless the price really starts going up as well. But looking at it right now, this is extremely efficient. You're at 55 cents? All right, let's do 55 cents. So let's do this again. 104. Now, that's at 140 watts. I think it's actually a little bit lower, but 140 watts, that's still a crazy, like, I find it hard to believe that they're able to do this at only 140 watts. If it's a thing, though, oh my gosh, that's crazy. I don't know. But 140 watts now times 24 divided by 1,000. So now we're going to times that by 55 cents. So that's $1.84. So 4.42. So you're still making $2.57 a day at 55-cent power. That is crazy to think about. 55-cent power is still $2 in profitability. Like, let's go and look at a 4070 right now then. If this is about the same amount as what'd you say, 4070s? Where's that thing? 2 4070s. So what's a 4070 worth? In USD. I don't know what a 4070 is worth in USD. GPUs 47. Let's just see what's the most profitable coin on a 4070 right now. 4070, where are you? 4070. I can't find. There you are. Ironfish is number one right now, huh? 8 cents. Okay, awesome. So 8 cents is what it's making right now at 11 cents. Okay, let's just go to 22 cents. Let's go to 55 cents. Let's just look at 55 cents right now. Okay, negative 43 cents on a 4070 on Dynex at 55 cents per kilowatt hour. You're not profitable, obviously. You're losing a lot of money here. And the hash blade, in theory, is making you over $2 for the same price. Actually, 2 of those. You need 2 of those. 2 4070. So you'll be losing 86 cents on 2 4070s. You're losing 86 cents on 2 4070s and making $4 a day with 2 hash blades or 1 hash blade. Or $4 with 1 hash blade. Oh my God, I'm messing this right up. Anyway, back to 11 cents per kilowatt hour. Yeah, it's a no-brainer, honestly. This thing is crazy. Now, Script is a pretty safe algorithm for that, but it does come down to how many miners is Bitmain going to make and how fast are they going to try to sell them? Obviously, super fast. Same with Jazz Miner. They're going to try and get as many miners sold as possible. And in the end, because of these hash rate increases, it is going to come down to efficiency. So it's going to determine what's your power cost. Obviously, people with cheaper power, they can go for whatever the highest hash machine is and then just buy one of those for density, right? But people that probably have 11 cents per kilowatt hour, Bitmain miners will still look pretty good. But because the hash rate is it's gonna go up pretty good, we're going to want the most efficient equipment. And so far, the hash blade is still looking like probably the best Script miner out there. On top of being able to run on 120 volts and stuff, because you only need one. You can obviously get 6, 12, however times 1 slots you have on a motherboard for your GPU mining rigs and fire them up. So yeah, this is a huge game-changing big deal thing going on here, but we still have to wait for confirmation. Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? The South is good to live in. How do I send an invite? I don't go on Discord much. What? Invite for what are we talking about? $5.99. So $5.99. So $600 for a 4070. A 4070 is 140 watts at 1 gigahash. 1 gigahash on script. A 4070 does a 1 gigahash on script. Or what are we talking about? What's going on here? I think mass-produced USB sticks is best choice and the most cheapest for the masses. You just mass-produce USBs. Imagine that. Bunch of USB script miners for everybody. You know, maybe they'll do that as well. Possibly. We'll see. I don't know. Like if the USB miners, even like those mini Bitcoin miners and stuff, they don't use that much power for one or two of them. But when it comes to actually looking at chip performance, they're not very efficient. If you start building a farm out of freaking USB miners, at least like, I don't know about the Hashblade one. It might be really good. We have to wait and see how they turn out. But when it comes to the BTC ones and stuff, you know, they're not efficient chips. They're almost 2 or 3 times. They use 2 or 3 times more power for the hash rate that they provide versus a real Bitcoin ASIC. You know, like an S19 or S19J Pro or something. Like those miners are way more efficient per actual hash that you're getting. So if you were to build a farm out of USB sticks, efficiency wise, it's not a smart idea at all. You're going to be wasting way too much power. You're better off just getting a big Bitcoin ASIC instead. But then it comes down to noise and power capacity and stuff like that as well. But you know, it all depends on your situations. Who cares about script? Doge is dead. Pepe is the new Doge. Oh, crazy. It's not mineable, so we don't care about it. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Do what you guys want. USB sticks, what is that? Would be better if they are efficient as ASIC miners. Yes, for sure. That's the issue. They aren't as efficient. But that's because I think it comes down to kind of what I said about looking into that. Because with the USB stick, you're powering some more components just for the single chip. Where if you were to take that same chip, you would probably be a little more efficient if you were to slam all those ASIC chips that were on the USB miners onto like a PCB or inside of an ASIC or something. You're powering less other components ratio, you know, a ratio of that to that. So you're at one little chip in the USB stick versus the whole USB stick and everything on there. Where it, and like even with the, like I wonder if I pulled that screen and everything off the Mars lander and the fan, it would probably overheat then, but you know, that stuff's using power as well. So that's adding to the inefficiency of that actual thing. So, you know, there's a lot of things to take note of as well. Red Pots, thank you very much for the €2. Threadripper, Epic Fun, swag. Pepe Creator is not behind Pepe Coin. What? How does that work? So I just created a coin, but I am not backing this coin at all. So it's like, I made this, buy it, I'm out. Do it at your own risk. I'm not feeling responsible. That's kind of that's what's going on there or something. I don't know. Pepe is a copy. Oh, it's a copy of a copy of. So it's like a fork, except done with the dumb blockchain Ethereum. They just said Pepe mint done or something. Pepe, the next Squid Game, you think? Possibly. No, actually, you can actually sell it though. The Squid Game one, you weren't even allowed to sell. You couldn't sell. It was impossible to sell the Squid Game one. You could only buy it and hold it and get into their alleged games, and then it rug pulled. Only the creator could sell. Pepe, you at least can sell if the liquidity is there. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a waste of time. Yeah, exactly, Tech Man. It's a waste of time and money, 100%. So many people are going to get burned, especially just hearing about it now and be like, oh, wow, this guy made X amount of money. Like, look how much it went up already. There's no room for it to go up more. It's only have one way to go, and that's jumping off a cliff. Watching 2 years from now, it went up like another 10,000%. I'll be like, okay, yeah, well, whatever. The Pepe Frog image is actually a trademark. Author has already sued another crypto project. Yeah, I heard about that. Something about that where someone was talking about copyright violations and someone is good at getting around them and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It's not my thing. I stay away from those coins. Like I said, I'm a mining channel. I'm a crypto miner. I'm not a trading meme coin Uniswap version 1, 2, 3 wrapped ETH trading scammer pump and dumper person thing. I don't know. Turbo Toads is the next. Yeah, I see that Turbo. Is it Turbo Toads? Is that a new one or is Turbo? Is that the same thing? Turbo or Turbo Toads? Like, there's so many out there. There's a Mong. There's Turbo. I don't know if that's the same as Turbo Toads, but maybe. There's freaking, what is it? Dino. The newest one I think I dropped the other day, was it Wheezy or Weasel? I can't remember what that one's called. That's not right. It's something else. I don't know. Obviously Pepe and I don't know the Ribbit or Rabbit, one of those two. I don't know. There's a couple coins out there that who knows what's going on with them. They're crazy. Good Gensler. Yeah, there's that Gensler one. That one's hilarious. That one's actually kind of funny. But when Rabid coin, I don't know when Rabid coin is because I don't know how to do anything else other than I just hit the fork button and that's all I've done so far. I don't know how to put an algo into it. I don't know how to start it. I don't know how to make a wallet for it. Rabid coin is it's gonna be a while. Rabid coin on Kapow. May Property will give you what? Property will give you an exclusive deal. No. Property team will do it. I do not want anything Kapow. Kapow is probably the worst algorithm in the history of crypto. Now I know everyone's going to argue that by saying, "Oh, but it's ASIC resistant. It's the best coin for." I don't know. It blows up GPUs, causes house fires, and it's way too darn hot and burns too much power. I do not mine or come near Kapow coins unless absolutely necessary by a huge increase of price and profitability, because that's what's going to happen to your power bill, is a huge increase as well. So yeah. Anyway, I stay away from Kapow. That's just me. Rabid, what's the best mining algo? Oh, that's a tough one. That's a very tough one. It all comes down to the equipment you want, I guess. In theory, comes down to the hardware you want to use. I don't know what the best algo is. No, Astrobot for Duro is a pretty decent algo. Curve Hash was an awesome algo for CPUs until Wild Rig came in and made a GPU miner for it and killed that. But that was a very efficient miner. That was like, I don't even know, 65, 70 watts for a 3900X. It was very efficient. It was awesome. And yeah, now CPUs on Curve Hash, not a thing. You can still do it, but GPUs are way better. So that used to be a good algo for CPUs. As for GPUs, best algo, maybe Heavy Hash, actually. You know, the Caspa or the Ironfish Alephium algo might be pretty good because of their efficiencies, but that algo is also going to be smashed out by ASICs and FPGAs. So that's the other thing you got to issue. It comes down to your hardware. It used to be good. Now, if you can make it like a resistance to something for a straight GPU, then that'd probably be best for a GPU, but it's just not possible. Kapow, named after the sound capacitors make mining it. Kapow, yeah. Oh man, what's up, fam? Little Indicators, what's going on, Lil's Indicator? Oh, that's a little time. He's got the frog. He rolled in with the frog. You kidding me? Are you really? He's wearing the frog. X21 is still ASIC and FPGA resistant. X21. What is that one? What's all on that one? I don't know if I've ever mined that one. Is it power intensive? Not power intensive? Let's go in there. Let's look at algos. X21. That sounds familiar. X21. X21S, like these? Pigeon coin. Oh no. I feel I just got set up. Did I just get set up? Was this a setup? Pigeon coin. There's Retro Mike. Pigeon. Right here. Pigeon coin. Here we go, guys. It's all about the pigeon. Oh my gosh. I got baited. I think I got baited. Was that a bait? We got Titan coin, Rito coin, global token. What is global token? This thing has like 100 different algorithms. Like, let's type this in. Is that a thing? Look at global token. Like, can you guys see this? Like, I'm not even lying when I say there's 100 algos. Oh my gosh, I can't go to it. Oh, I gotta find one. This one? Can I move this one? Chart 2. That's like, seriously, look at this. Look at these algos. You guys see that? Like, it's like everything. It's like, you can buy, like, I didn't know how they split those blocks up. Like, what is going on with global token? I don't know what that is, but that is insane. Like, does it change algos like every half a second? That is nuts. I don't know what's going on with global token. I remember seeing that a while ago. I remember looking at script coins or something. Global token popped up, and I looked at that and I was like, well, this thing is like on everything. Why? How? What's going on? Like, imagine running a node. That's probably a mess. Seriously though, it's still ASIC and FPGA resistant. Okay, well, there you go. Is it an efficient algorithm? Maybe I should try it sometime. I should throw some rigs on Pigeon Coin just to see how it works, how it does. It's interesting. ASIC and FPGA resistant and efficient. If it's efficient, then that would be the best one. Pepe, Floki, Pigeon, the king of them all. Oh, you guys are crazy. You guys are absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. No one even asked any questions. This is an AMA and no one asked a single question. Any questions, anybody? That reminds me, I gotta check out my Raptorium. Had this thing sinking the whole time. What do we got? Received. Oh, there we go. So Raptorium, we were talking the other day about the block reward reduction. So it looks like a node lost 2 coins. Normally it's 1,000. Now we're at 998. So there we go. There's the reduction of the node payouts. 2 RTM. So it was a very small, very, very small reduction in that. Now Skirm actually sent me a link, which I'll go through sometime here. Maybe I'll make a video on it. It explains how the whole situation is kind of working. But yeah, here I figured I'd show you that. We can see the node side of things. You only lost 2 Raptorium there. But I do have... Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I synced this up and looked. I have 13 coins I got to send to iNode. So let's just do that right quick. Transactions. When did I send my last one? Right here. I'm just going to copy this address. We're going to go... How much do I got? 13,000. I'm just going to put in there. Yep. Personal. 13,000. Send. What's my password? I think that's my password. Is that correct? Engage. Sending back. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm getting my node payouts from my own node into my wallet, and then I send my wallet rewards into iNodes to continue stacking Raptorium. So, you know, get as much as you can. So that's what I'm doing there. So I just sent that into iNodes. That's, yeah, personal smart. Make sure it's the right address. You know, I didn't go in there to confirm or anything, but I do this constantly, and I know every time I send it, that's what it is. I just simply copy the same address again and send it. Now I just got to wait for it to show up there, which will take a couple confirmations. What do we got? I already spent like 5,000 to already spent like 5K to RTM. Skirm, man, what does he know about RTM? Yeah, what does Skirm know, huh? Like, it's not like he's a part of it or anything. So here's the real question. Who else wakes up in a sweat every morning from their miners? This RTX 3090 is hot. That's what I got in my workstation, is a 3090, but I do kind of want to upgrade it to a 4090. It gives me an excuse to update my workstation. It gives me an excuse to say, hey, I got a 4090. But I think I'm probably just going to wait for the 5090 or 4090 Ti. No, the 4090 Ti will probably release like 6 months before the 5090. So I'll just wait. What's RTM? What's RTM? I don't know what this is. That pump was my fault. Sorry. Crazy. Was there a big pump in RTM? Did you just bought market purchase 5K with RTM? Let's have a look at here. Let's take a look at RTM right now. What are you doing lately, RTM? RTM. Raptorium, how we doing here? So we're still hanging out around 48 mega hash, down from the 60 so or whatever. So that's not too bad. Oh, this must have been you. This blip right here. What platform did you use? I use Trade Ogre. I like Trade Ogre. 2,000, 8,000. Just imagine what Raptorium's gonna look like when we're gonna see like 1 million in daily volume. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Raptorium's gonna be traded unbelievably crazy. Hopefully. Last pump not recent. Skirm RTM equals Rabid to the moon. Yeah, there you go. RTM, Rabid to the moon. That's a good one. Yes. That's exactly what that means. With your CPU setup, which is more profitable? Mine, Raptor or XMR? I think Dero is. Let's see. I don't know what the current hash rate is. Let's go into here and figure it out. I don't know. I'll just go 30. 30. Load. This is actually about 320. Gauge 11. Go. It looks like Dero. No, AVN's been broken. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't. This isn't accurate. Something's broken here because it's not that much. So that's wrong. Duro has 377. So yeah, probably Duro. Panda Knight isn't too bad either. It's been seeing some pumps. Fierce Coin is probably gonna do something sometime here soon. I predict. Well, I don't predict. I don't know the future, but I don't know. Virus. There's a lot of people that really believe in Virus. One of my mods is actually one of them, and they're doing some things. I just don't know what they are yet, but this is something I do want to mine this some more sometime, but can't really afford it right now. I'm trying to get as much profit as I can, but I do need to get myself some more Virus here sometime. XMR is actually profitable. It's obviously nowhere near the top, but it's up there. Oh yeah, I was wondering why this was usually a lot higher than this, but I just remembered that it just dropped like $3 or $4 in price the other day, so that sucks. XMR is actually profitable, which is crazy to think about. XMR profit in the same sentence. Usually it's not really like that, but for the past month or so, XMR has actually been in profit levels. First 11-cent power, cheaper power, more profitable. Higher power, not so much, but it's crazy. It is actually in profitability levels, so that's interesting. While miner refuses to run anything other than Caspa, tried deleting all miners and reinstalling and nothing. SRB, BZ, LOL, nothing works. Only Caspa. Nerd Beast. That is very weird. What's it doing? What's it saying? It's got to be. It's probably some stupid small error, like something in the miner has like a comma where it shouldn't be, or an extra space, or something dumb. Like what is the miner saying? Or just it starts running and it just won't start mining, or what? The bot, yes, that's the other issue. Bots are totally shifting to Dero, and that's rough. Very, very rough. I have been trying a few other combos out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like, I don't know if you guys have, Epic Cash is out there. It's a triple coin thing, CPU, GPU, as well as what's Cuckoo? Is Cuckoo an ASIC thing? I'm not sure, but it has 3 algos. Cuckoo's one of them. Now, I don't know if Cuckoo is just used for the testnet side sometimes, or if it's actually on mainnet, but it has Random X variant, the Prog POW, and Cuckoo. So it's a 3-way algo, and you can kind of do it that way. I have a couple on it right now. Where's my Hive OS? Because I'm doing some current testing, bouncing things around. I'm trying to see if Duro mining to my own node is still the best way to go about it, or if I should go on to the pool. So I'm kind of going back and forth between Rabid Pool and Rabid Pool and solo mining to my own node with X amount of rigs, just to kind of see how well they're doing. But down here, you can see I got some dual mining kind of going on with my CPUs. Like here's rig 23. Oh, they're a little warm right now. Little on the warm side down there. This has been hot out lately. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They're still going strong. They're good. You're good up to about 95 degrees. Anyway, yeah. So I do have Epic Cache going on these CPUs with dual mining pufferfish on the side. So the Epic is weird. It's interesting. I don't really want to go into my flight sheet or anything because you do need to set passwords. And if anyone gets your password, they can take all your coins. Epic is a very weird coin, and some of you guys may lose coins if you don't run it correctly, because once you're into the pool, you then have to log into the username and password, which you set within your miner itself to get the pool login. The pool holds on the coins. You got to run your Epic wallet on a NENOC, whatever it is, I don't even know, some weird address thing. You got to open up the listening port, and then you must transfer your coins separately. There's no automatic payments here. Separately from the pool through, there's two ways to do it. 51 pool, I believe. You can do offline transactions with have like 0 fees, and it's very fast. But you got to download a text file, upload it into your wallet, download the confirmation from your wallet, upload it back to the pool, and then it has your confirmation there to verify both ends are seeing the transaction for offline transactions. Kind of neat, actually, and it's supposed to be a privacy coin as well. So there's that way, or you can send it through opening up an NOC port and send it through the other pool. Both pools do it 2 different ways, but it can get kind of confusing for some people, so be very careful on that. Maybe I'll do a setup video sometime in the future or something, but I'm testing out right now. That's dual mining. There's another thing you can get, the triple way mining. Retro Mike actually pointed out the Bible coin, I believe it is. The Bible coin, you can get like a triple mining in there where you're still doing the Epic Cash up front, and then you're mining Bible coin as well as Renero through a proxy forward. So you're mining 3 coins and not losing any hash rate at all. So you're triple mining with your CPU. Could add more profitability in there. I did it for a bit, but I couldn't get it to work in Windows. I talked to RabidMiner and said, you know, I'm having an issue with Windows. I can get it to work in Hive just fine. It's not working in Windows. What's going on here? And he said, oh, interesting. And then he started working on Ironfish and Dynex, and I haven't heard anything ever since. So yeah, obviously he doesn't care that Windows doesn't work. So we'll see what happens. RTM on-chain options, DeFi futures, Satoshi Dice. What is that? You can play and mine on 4090. Yeah, well, depending on what you have your settings at. I usually, like with my CPU mining, I sometimes play games and stuff while I'm mining away. Sometimes I accidentally start streams while I'm mining away, and it doesn't work that well, but yeah. The only problem is that no one wants to buy RTM. No one. Not yet. Vincent, not yet. Not yet. Keyword, yet. Don't worry. People will be. If you build it, they will come, and Raptorium is building it. Yeah, don't worry. It's very early. I believe once they get all their additions, all their future stuff in there, and you know all the asset creation and everything's available on Raptorium, I think we're gonna see a different Raptorium emerge. But right now, we'll just wait and see. Put a screen on the rig so you can see what it's doing and what it says. Oh, there's no monitor on it, so he doesn't know. It just sits there doing nothing. Interesting. Right. Guess the Caspa gods have spoken. The rig will be mining Caspa until I can reinstall Hive OS from scratch. Huh. Yeah, maybe it's just a faulty. Oh wait, you're in Hive OS, and it's that's weird. It should definitely be working in other miners. There's something going on there. Something definitely going on there. Piggy is awesome. RTM core is strong. Yeah, for sure. Why don't you mine RTM on a GPU? Yes, you could definitely do that. I can't remember what kind of power consumptions I was pulling out of my GPUs at the time when I was doing it, but maybe that's a thing. Might have to do that. Oh, I better check. Did my coins get there yet? All right, so we have 4 confirmations. I better go to iNodes. iNodes. Address. There they are. All right, they showed up. Oh, you guys can't see. Mission successful. You guys can't really see that, but you can see at iNodes, I did receive my 13,000 that I sent. So we're all good. Everything arrived, safe as can be. All right, so what do I got total here? How much do I need for another node? So we're almost at 300 here. Almost. Let's go 1, 8, million minus 300,000. So I need 1.5 million more. I need another 1.5 million coins for another node. Better get on that. Have you checked out ordinals and inscriptions on BTC? No, I have not. Is that something that's going on with all the high transactions right now? Is that something that's happening there? Let HiveOS start up without a flight sheet, and if they find the GPUs, then Hive is okay. Yeah, well, if it's mining Caspa, the GPUs should be okay. But yeah, let it boot, no flight sheet, disable the flight sheet, see what it's saying. Try updating all your drivers. Maybe you got to update the kernel. If you don't know how to update the kernel, you simply, well, I guess I can show you right quick. Let's just go into rig 1, rig 2. No, let's go into something here. Which one? Okay, let's go into OCTOMINER 1. We're going to remote access, web shell. Yes, advanced, go, proceed, do it. Now, put in this. Oh, you guys can't see because my kids see here. You can kind of see that one. Let's just go into here. So, to update your kernel, all you got to do is simply go to this, Hive replace. Just type this in right here, Hive replace. Do your little listing. It'll tell you the version you're on or stuff. And if you want to go to the latest one, do that. That's the exact same way you would do to install and update your, I guess, what is it? Your AMD GPU drivers. Same thing. So you do a complete Hive replace right here. This is the command. And that'll update you to the latest kernel. And then from there, update to the latest versions. Make sure you update your NVIDIA drivers as well with this command, NVIDIA driver update. You can put in version and pick whatever version you want. If you don't, it'll just update to the very latest version. And if that doesn't work, then I guess maybe something's going on with your hard drive. Reinstall HiveOS. But start with those few little commands. See if that fixes your issue in there. Holy Duro miner. I've replaced Lambo. Yeah, that too. Definitely do that. Oh, I better close this up. Leave. Gauge. Gauge. Why isn't it going back? Oh, it helps if I hit the button. Yeah, there's a couple Duro miners in there. Not all of them. Usually they're all on there, but I'm doing some testing right now. Normally I'd have everything smashing out Duro, but I do have 7 rigs on the Rabid pool. I have 7 rigs on the community pool, and I got 7 rigs going to my node. And I'm trying to see if the node is in fact the best way to still mine Duro, because it always has been. Every test I've ever done in the past, but it's been a while since I actually tested Duro mining to my own home node. We can check that out right quick actually. Let's just, where is that? Let's see how many blocks 7 rigs have hit so far. We can look at that right now. Check that out right now. Let's see how the node is doing. Hopefully it didn't crash and burn on me. Ow! I almost broke my desk. That would have sucked. Alright, so here's my node. Engage, up. So I'm at 12 blocks. And how long has it been? 19 hours with 7 3900Xs. So 12 blocks minted so far. Now, I don't know how many have been orphaned because I got to wait till I get my pool payouts. And then I subtract everything that I've got out of there to all these. And then I just kind of look and see how, if it works out to be close to 12 blocks, 9 blocks, 10 blocks. And it gives me an idea on how much was actually in there. Now, I also have my Caspa node. Okay, it's all in sync because I remember I'm trying to prepare my Caspa node too to start solo mining with that E300 to test out solo mining as well, because I did find that solo mining to my node was more profitable than mining to my pool. Now, I'm still trying to find some information on the latest Rust update, where they're at on the faster block times. There is no update for KDX yet for that. It is only Linux, so I don't know how they're going to talk to each other if one platform doesn't have it and the Linux platform does have it. So I still don't know how that's going to work out, but this is fully in sync, so I can leave. I'm going to exit that now, so leave that in. So I did have my Caspa node running. I do have my Duro node running, and now we're just going to wait and see how the performance is. But so far that's 12 blocks. So if I got full 12 blocks, you know, for 7 rigs, that is 12 times 0.0615. That is 0.738 DIRO, and I still have a little ways to go until we hit that full 24 hours. So far, yeah, I'm at 0.738 with 0 orphans. I'd usually get 1 or 2 orphans each time, so I'm probably going to have to drop that 1 or 2. But 0.38 with 7 rigs, like what's the DIRO price at right now? Let's just look at USD here. DIRO 0.7, 0.38. What do we got here? Times 670. What am I doing? 6.70. So that's $4.94 USD. Divide that by 7. That's about 70 cents USD per 3900X so far. Solo mining to my node, where everyone says, don't solo mine, the hash rate's too high. You know, just be patient. Just be patient. I have no issues solo mining a lot of things. It's just about patience, and I still feel solo mining is probably a better way to go long term myself. But we don't know. And platforms like DIRO, it's designed because of the fast block times for solo mining. DIRO, that's the way DIRO was originally meant to be mined. It was all solo. Pools weren't supposed to be a thing on DIRO, but they did get made by other people. But it is there for people that don't want to run their own hardware. So if you are looking to mine DIRO and you don't want to run your own node, you know, check out the Rabid pool. It's there. If you don't, you don't. I solo mine every coin. Ninja Kid solo mines it all. There you go. See, it also helps decentralization. You know, we talked about that earlier about, you know, what everything in the U.S. goes down. They shut down crypto, the whole entire country down. There's nodes available everywhere else in the world. It keeps the blockchains rolling. It still keeps allow you guys to maintain your wallets and check out your coins and everything. So it's all about decentralization. Even if you don't mine on your node, you could at least maybe run one for 5 watts. On coins you believe in. I'm not saying do that on every single friggin' coin. That's just not worth it. Well, it could be worth it for some people, but is it worth it to you? Yeah, don't look at DIRO price now. It's not good right now. If you want to look at DIRO price, okay, let's look at it. Okay, you know, that's a good point right there. Let's actually look at possible old bull run DIRO price. Like DIRO is actually down quite a bit right now. Whoa, it really dipped right there. But, you know, let's, like, where did it hit here? Look at the last bull run. DIRO was what? It peaked at $25. So let's do that same thing. What was I? 0.73? 0.73. Let's times that by frickin' $25.43. That is $18.56 in less than a day on 7 3900Xs. That's actually not too bad. Yeah, $25 USD is what DIRO peaked at. So it's not too bad. But we'll see what happens. Will it hit those levels? I don't know. DIRO obviously dropped, but it's been maintaining decent prices for quite a bit of time. Like where we're at, $3, $3.90, almost $4 to 3, and then now it's hanging around the $8.83 to $7.12. Now, for me, remember, I'm in Canada, so $18.56 a day is USD. Like, what is that? 18.63 USD to Canadian. That's $25 a day, almost. That's $25 a day I'd be making in Canadian prices. So now let's look at, you know, I got 500 times, you know, that's 7. It's $3,500 divided by 25. That's 140 days of an ROI for all 7 rigs. 140 days, all 7 rigs are paid off. Now, all my CPUs, I'm pretty much guarantee are already ROI, so I don't have to worry about any type of payback. I use my farm to cover expenses and everything like that. So, you know, it's just one way to look at things, but we don't know if it's going to hit $25. Maybe it'll hit $30. Maybe it'll hit $50. Maybe it'll only peak at $12 next run. We have no idea. These are the gambles that we just do with crypto, but it's what we're looking at. 140 days, that is fast. Well, DIRO, was it DIRO? Was it wrapped? No, maybe it was DIRO. I think it was DIRO early. Peak bull run, a 3090 was doing what? 14.12 $12-14 a day. A single 3900X when Duro was first got forked to V3 after the FPGA smashed out with XMRig, and then they forked it. Now XMRig and them got in a fight, and XMRig said they'll never support Duro again, and that removed the FPGAs and everything. But Duro, a single 3900X, was making around $14 to $16 a day. Early Duro days. It was crazy, absolutely crazy. Not early Duro days, but early V3 fork days when they first forked. It was making a single 3900X was making more than a freaking 3090 at the peak of Ethereum mining. It was crazy to think about, but it was there. So, yeah, per chip, it was crazy. Now, obviously, we see hash rate picking up, prices down, prices up, and things are just doing what they are. Now, Duro's not paying a massive amount per 24 hours. It won't take much to obviously take away a lot difficulty increase. It won't take much hash rate to increase it to unprofitable levels, which we have kind of been seeing lately when those botnets hit. Like, what are we at? We're averaging around 300 to 400 mega hash right now, but when the bots hit, it's been hitting 6-7 mega hash, over double. And the profitability coins per day definitely drops. Now, at the current prices, it kind of hurts, especially for me trying to pay my power bill and stuff. But, thinking of bull run prices, it's actually still not that bad. It's still going to be fairly profitable even at those hash rate levels in that. But it all comes down to the price at the time. So right now it's not good, but in the future, that type of hash rate won't hurt as much. I think Captain should fork it again to V4 so all the hacked data centers get ejected from the network. Yeah, that's true, but then I guess they could just rehack them data centers. Remember, Raptorium went through the same thing. Raptorium was extremely profitable when it first dropped, mostly because it didn't have much hash rate on it and stuff, obviously, but data centers were getting hacked and started mining Raptorium as well. It was the same thing. It's just that when the profitability and everyone else started coming on and things like that, it just kind of made it less likely, and the liquidity slowed down a bit as well. So, a lot of these botnets and stuff, they came from XMR. That's why, because XMR is fairly easy. There's a lot of liquidity there, easy to buy and sell it, or I guess easy to dump it, so they can do that. Now, Duro is fairly easy, it has decent liquidity as well. So these are things that a lot of farms look at in determining what they're going to mine. Now, Raptorium obviously starts blowing up again. Once they start dropping their futures updates and next bull runs, we're going to see a lot of these botnets come back to Raptorium, especially if the liquidity starts picking up as well. So these are all things we kind of got to keep in mind when looking at these coins as possibilities as well. Chatcoin, what's going on? Duro network hash rate spikes every 2 to 3 days, making it hard to track for stable profitability. Yeah, that's very true. It is very hard. Like, I keep an eye on that. I sometimes go do the Epic thing, and then I come back, and then I test things. It is very hard. It seems like what I look at there. When I look at Duro and it drops to like 250 to 300 mega hash, if it's there for a couple days, we usually have a week or so where it's decent, and then the hash rate comes back. But if it's not stable in the lower hash rate for a week or two, so that must be something that's going on with that botnet, obviously, is maybe they get found out and they got to re-update the way they do things or something, or accounts get unlocked or whatever's going on there, and it takes them another week. So yeah, it does pick up quite often, and the past few days it has been back. But there was a couple weeks ago where it was good for another week, and then so on. So if you do see hash rate, though, good for about a day or two, most likely we have about a week of decent profits before they end up coming back again. 1 hour away from who's going to be the one nice person. Oh, we got it. Look at them likes. Look at them likes. Nice. Oh, crazy. Any thoughts on Novo SHA-2? I don't know. I hear people talking about that sometimes. I don't know too much about it. There's Novo SHA-256. Well, I don't know. What is SHA-256 DT? I don't know what the DT stands for. Like, so obviously it's not straight Bitcoin. algorithm, this single DT could turn into a totally different level. Is this only a CPU now? Is it only a GPU? Is it only an FPGA? Like, I don't know what's happening at this point, but looks like the price is dipping. Hash rate is up. No idea. I don't know what's going on here. Is there any calculators? Gigahash. What's 1 gigahash making? I don't even know what a hash rate is. 1 gigahash is 10 cents. Miner stat calculators usually aren't even close to proper calculations. Maybe some coins, but anytime I went to mining pool stats, used this calculator, it was not even near any type of ballpark. It was like totally out in, I don't even know, different galaxy. You think it's only GPU? Okay. Hey, I thought E300 supports Ironfish now. No, it does not. So, no, it doesn't. As far as I'm aware, I'm waiting to update my GUI, and I'm waiting for the next firmware update as well, which is at least supposed to be Radiant. But so far as I know, if Retro Mike is still here. Nova can be dual mined. Hey, that's interesting. So Retro Mike's still here. Maybe he can confirm or deny. Is there a bitstream available for Ironfish? I remember 2 weeks ago, Panda did mention Alephium Blake 3 did have a bitstream, and obviously the FPGAs are there if the miners are available. But because Ironfish changed their Blake 3, there are no FPGAs on Ironfish I'm aware of yet. Bitstream most likely. There is a bitstream actually being made. Retro Mike said that yesterday, actually, that Osprey is working on the bitstream, and then they'll implement that to Team Red Miner, and Team Red Miner will then update their miner, and then we'll get another firmware update with that. But as far as I'm aware right now, there aren't any on Ironfish because it is different Blake 3 than the Alephium Blake 3. But I don't know for sure. Remember, like, who knows what's going on in the background? Maybe there are some out there and no one just knows yet, right? That could be a thing too. But we have seen hash rate definitely dropping off the network, not going up. It's coming in the next few days. It's what they said a few weeks ago. The Allfather. Oh, the Allfather said that E300 Ironfish is coming next after Radiant. As far as I know, it's still under development. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be coming. It's just not yet because they got to do some tweaking other than the Alephium one. And let's just, speaking of Allfather, yes. So let's, what are we at here now? So yeah, we're still at the 15 gigahash here. Still at the 15. So if we come in to here, there, and look at, yeah, so you can see Team Red Miner or Allfather. So you have your option to pick either two. Now in Allfather, all I got now is still, there's only Caspa and ETC hash currently are my only options. But again, I have an outdated GUI, I guess. So I'm waiting for the file to update all this. Maybe there's something else in here already. I don't know. But so far, this is the only options I have. Same thing for Team Red Miner. All I got is Casper, ETC hash for those. Go back to the command line. There we go. Rocking it away. Let's see where we at here now. Oh, down to 11. Gotta play with that thing more. I do like playing with that miner though. It is pretty cool. Oh, if I could afford it, I probably would say I would keep it. Just for video purposes, for being one thing, and two, it's pretty neat. It's kind of neat to have that thing. Okay, Rabid dodged question about Epic Duel. Guess it's profitable. Go get it. Oh, what was the question? Tell us everything we need to know about Epic Duel mining. Thanks. Oh, I kind of went over it. It's a pain in the butt to move around, sell, use, and so on. Profitability is there, depending if, you know, some of the other coins hash rate gets too high. So I do use Epic as a backup coin to mine for some profits if other coins have too high of hash rate. So yeah, it's a decent coin to mine for sure. The dual mining, I'm still trying to figure out what to dual mine with. So when it comes down to the dual mining of it, you can do it. You can only do it with SRB Miner with their multi-mode, and it comes down to anything SRB Miner supports. So you can also dual mine Random X, Ghost Rider. So you got your Monero, your Ghost Rider, your Yada coin, you know, anything on those algos that SRB Miner does support. But I wish XMRig would actually do this multi-mode thing, because SRB Miner is also not that great of a miner when it comes to mining Ghost Rider and Random X and stuff. So if XMRig would actually drop this, we could actually, it might be the best way to go about it, because it is a better, you get better hash rates on XMRig. But yeah, right now you can only use RabidMiner and the coins that it does support for your different modes there. That's pretty much all there is. But yeah, it's definitely my second or third go-to after Duro and stuff does get those huge hash spikes. Another coin out there actually I'm trying to keep my eye on also is XDAG. It's Random X. It's actually fairly profitable. I haven't been on it for a while though, so I don't know how it's doing. I did see a hash rate drop off, so I might have to move to that. I did lose. I did an epic failure. So funny story. When I first started XDAG, I didn't really expect much from it. So when I put in my wallet password, I can't remember what I used. Like something stupid. Some dumb password. I don't even know. Now I can't remember what it was. And now they recently released a new wallet version where you run a mnemonic phrase and everything now, but you still need your original password to use the new wallet if you want to import it. So I can't remember what my password is, and I can't get into my wallet. And I looked at I don't know how many coins I have. I have a decent amount. And that's a weird coin though, where I found out solo mining, you make like 3 times more than pool mining as well. But I'm still solo mining through the pools, but it made way more. So it's interesting, but I do see the hash rate dropped. I want to try it again. I might just have to make a new wallet and start from scratch. But I have no idea what I use for a password. I can't get into it. It sucks. I keep asking them, hey, is there a way I can just import this? And but obviously it's a safety thing. You can't just bypass a wallet DAT file password type of thing. But yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about RabidMiner Discord getting hacked. Any RabidMiner airdrops floating around out there? Yeah, if so, guys, it's not real. It's fake. They got hacked. But yeah, I forgot about that. I don't know if it's up or not. I don't know if I've ever been in it. Rabid Pass. Yeah, that's what it is. $1 million worth of coins just lost. Yeah, nah, not quite that much. I wish. Actually, no, I don't wish. That'd be absolutely worse. I'd definitely be spending days on ends going through password after password after password till I open it if that was the case. But yeah, I don't know where it is. Best way to burn tokens. Forget your wallet password. Yeah, I don't believe I did that. I've never done that before, but I did it. I'll get into it eventually. It'll come to me. I just don't know what it was. It's just something stupid because I wasn't expecting it to ever do anything. And while I was using it, I remembered it, but then I quit using that wallet for a couple months and then bam, gone. Totally forgot what it was. Now I'm also wondering if maybe it has something to do with a bug in the wallet. And I might have to just update the wallet and then my password, which I probably already used a few times. It might work, but I just don't know if it works or not because of a bug in the older wallet. So that could be another issue that I should just try to get through as well. Anyway, ChatGPT will find it for you. RabidMiner Discord was hacked. How safe is RabidMiner now? That's a very interesting question. A lot of people got hacked from that due to RabidMiner itself. So, okay, as we know, RabidMiner is... Oh, I wish I could find that. Someone posted in Discord a screenshot of what was going on there. So RabidMiner, it's a closed source miner. Always has been, always will be. And that's another reason why we're seeing RabidMiner and Dynex working so close together is they're all closed source. No one knows what the heck they're doing. Anyway, beyond that, we have they got hacked and they said we've opened up our wallet. They pretty much said in words that weren't really very English, which was red flag number 1. These guys aren't speaking very well when they talk. Very broken, misspelled English. But they had an announcement that said, download our latest version of RabidMiner. We opened it up. You can now build on it yourself and blah, 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 blah. And they put out a link to RabidMiner. So a lot of people probably downloaded that, and that's probably not good to have that RabidMiner on your PC. But that's obviously red flag number 2 is them saying they made it open source. So yeah, there's probably some people out there with a very bad version of RabidMiner on their PC. So always use official sources. They'll get, I don't know, maybe they hacked their GitHub too, and RabidMiner's toast right across the board. I don't know. I don't know how far it actually went, but Any further news on Ice River? No, I have not heard anything. Well, the ASICs, they do their thing. They do what they're supposed to. Ice River, the company, we don't know. Are they legit sales? Are they actually the manufacturer? Are they actually just a third party selling for the manufacturer? And there's still no one really knows if orders will go through, not go through. The ASICs look like they are legit and a thing. Just the company that's selling them is still the uncertainty here. But yeah, there is a fake SRB miner. I imagine it's taken down if SRB miner got a hold of their Discord again, but there is a fake SRB miner floating around. So just be very careful. I don't think mods share a lot of Discord chats that are in private channels. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. A lot of different private DMs and stuff going out there between multiple miner devs and pool devs and all sorts of devs. So one person gets hacked, another one goes in there, and then they post a link, and then it's a huge ripple effect just spreading across multiple Discords getting hacked all of a sudden. So yeah, be very careful in anything you click, no matter how legit it looks like. Is it cheap to swap Ironfish? Swap to Ironfish or away from Ironfish? It all depends. Now, Gate.io, it looks like they dropped their fees again. Let's just have a look at Gate.io. Gate.io fees. Gate.io fees. So what are they at now? Let's just go into Iron holding withdrawal fees. Where's withdrawal fees? Futures trading, deposit, withdrawal, Iron. Oh no, I'm thinking of KuCoin. Oh wow. So Gate.io is actually pretty cheap now. 0.32. Depending on the price. What are we at? Yeah, it's still like $1 or $2. That's not too bad, but I was thinking of KuCoin. What's KuCoin fees? KuCoin fees. Why can't I do that? There we go. Trading fees. Deposit, withdrawal, KuCoin, Iron. So they dropped it down to half an Iron. So they were at like 4 Iron or something, which was like $50 or $40 or something crazy for withdrawal fee, which is dumb. And then I remember putting out a tweet. This is stupid, you guys. This is so expensive. One of the most expensive withdrawals you could possibly have on a coin. And then they said, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. They updated it. So then they updated it to 1, and that was still pretty high because it was around $5-6 at the time still. Now it looks like they're at 0.5. So now we're down to half of Iron. Now if Iron goes up to $1,000, that still ends up being a $500 withdrawal fee you did right now. It's still pretty expensive, but you know, it is a lot lower. It's down from freaking 4, but half an Iron, I still feel that's a little high. Huge Ironfish news. You can be a VC. Prices below series. VCs with locked coins have sweaty palms. Yeah, the price dump is expected. If you're in Ironfish, you've seen any other coin, this is expected. Now, in theory, for Ironfish, this is technically the best time that you're going to want to mine it because the hash rate is dropping, the yields are picking up. Speaking of Ironfish, I just want to go have a look at that. Ironfish, because I am still mining Ironfish because all of that. So what are we at here now? I'm at 0.84. I have my 3090 off. Not too bad. So remember, when I had everything on, I was, what am I at here for hash rate? I don't even know. Doesn't matter. Anyway, when I had my 3090 and everything on too, I was a little over 1 Iron per 24 hours. And previously, when it released, I was only at like 0.4 or something. So we're over double of yields almost here, pretty much, in terms of Ironfish. So the yields are definitely picking up. Now, if the price picks up, it's going to be awesome. And the same thing happens every time. If a coin pumps and it becomes profitable, everyone's going to come up, oh, I told you so, you should have done this, blah, blah. And then if the coin dies, oh, I told you so, da, 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 da. In the end, it comes down to, will it do something? We have no freaking idea. It's a gamble, just like everything right now. So the yields are there. ZKP is a little bit different and does have promising aspects of it. So there's a chance something could happen with this coin. So I'm going to hold it, mine it while the yields are up, and see what happens. If it dies, it dies. I lost some power. I didn't go invest, thousands of dollars into Pepe for it to crash. I'm just using a little bit of my electricity, mining a coin, not using my money to buy a coin. So that's how I look at it. That's a huge difference than investing into something. So always do your own research, mine whatever you guys want and feel right. But I'm just, I'm going on a wing here, hoping something happens. And again, there's a huge risk that maybe nothing happens. The price is dying, but the problem is the hash rate is very sticky. It is halfway between the seed and Series A price. Just hold until you hit your goal. I don't have a goal. Goal is if I see the line go up quite a bit, pretty fast, that usually stands for a big sell sign. So my goal is to wait for green to go up really, really fast. A big pump. And then we drop it. Guess iron needs to prove its utility. With lots of VCs, they can always manipulate. That's very true, yeah. You're going to use the electricity anyways. Yeah, very true. Going to be using the power anyways. Now, I did have a goal of only getting like 10 iron or something, but because it's been picking up quite a bit, I think I'm at like 12 or 13, and maybe I'll go to 20 iron and then shut down my GPUs. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Speaking of GPUs, like I don't even know what is like currently, what is the current most profitable coins? Like 4090, we got iron here. Like 3090 is iron, so I guess I'm mining the current most profitable. Where's 3070s? Lithium. So here's the other thing too. A lot of people just come into here. I don't know if this is going to play out in my favor at looking at this, but you come in here, you say, oh, I got a bunch of 3070s. Oh, lithium's the best coin. I'm going to mine a lithium. Now it is only 9 cents, but it's the top coin. That's what they show here. But if you actually click on here and look at coins, like here we have a lithium at 6 cents now. Looks like it just changed, but we got Ironfish. Ironfish is at 4 cents. So people aren't looking at this. They're coming into these points here and being like, okay, this is the most profitable. I'm going to mine it. Now, all these numbers right now look very bad because the market's been coming down. Like last week, we were seeing a lithium and Caspa and stuff. They were around like 20 cents, 25 cents. But Ironfish was way down here, but no one ever looks down here. And Ironfish was only like 2 cents less profitable in theory. Based on this, 2 cents less profitable. Now you still have to do your own calculations, and I think it actually worked out where Ironfish was more profitable based on my spreadsheet, but people aren't doing the extra work, and Ironfish is dropping in hash rate, which means the yields are picking up. So even though this is showing a little bit more profitability, I'm probably long-term gaining a lot more by mining it something that's like 1 cent less profitable because people are leaving it for the top coin. And like I said, a lot of people don't even click. They don't even look at this part here. And if they do, they're still only looking up here. But I know a lot of people just come in and say, oh, that coin, mining it, swap to that, swap to that, swap to that. They don't even click here to see what's actually going on. And a lot of the times, some of these coins are actually tied and way down in the list. You really got to look through them and get an idea of network hashes and stuff. So even though Ironfish has been kind of in the background of not being profitable on hashrate.no, it's actually been on par or slightly less profitable than the coins on there. So that's another thing as part of doing your own research as well. I am done. Caspa gods have spoken. Nerd Beast is still messing with that rig. That sucks. That sucks. Well, I guess all in Caspa for Nerd Beast. 3090s only need memory for future. That's true. 3090s or 4090s definitely need memory and stuff for possible proof of useful work and whatever else is coming. What we got? Jock McMiner says, kind of my strategy. Scroll down about 66%, then pick something I can mine for free when the sun shines. There you go. If you have solar, yeah, there you go. Get the most amount of yields as you can on, hash rate dropping coins. It's funny because if you've been following some of the meme stuff, it's totally pump and dump stuff. Mining is a totally different strategy than the meme coin market. And I'm kind of learning this as I've just been watching. It's been popping up all over the feeds everywhere. So we got Pepe and everything and all this. And says, you go to where everyone's talking because that's where the pumps are. You got these meme coins. People are buying into it, buying this stuff. It's going up, going up. You go to where all the action is. Now, when you're mining, you're doing the opposite. You're kind of going to where nobody's talking. You're going to where people are talking bad about things. You go to where hash rate is leaving to increase them yields, and then hoping that that thing will then go up. If you go to where everyone else is, you're getting the least amount of coins possible based on hash rates and difficulties. And everyone just thinks, oh, that's most profitable, I'm moving to it. Well, so is everyone else. And that's why everyone's talking about it, because it is currently profitable. If you go to where everyone just left, you're probably going to end up more profitable the next day, because people then leave. And then finally, when all these calculators and stuff update, they will eventually turn to where you already are, sweeping behind. So staying a step, you know, you could say stay a step behind, but really I feel it's a step ahead when it comes to mining by doing things like that. But that kind of makes sense. I don't know. Anyway, we have been here. Wow, we've been here for way too long, guys. So we got to kind of wrap this one up, I suppose. So I appreciate everyone for showing up this live stream, though. I will see you all on the next one. Rabid.